Lesson that we're gonna do on organic chemistry or organic molecules is actually to how would you, if you asked a question in an exam and you asked to differentiate between saturated and unsaturated solutions, how would you go about doing that? So this is something that you need to know. There are two ways that we can do this. We can either use bromide or potassium permanganate, but for you at this level you only need to know this one that I'm going to be doing in this video. So let's say, for example, you have a solution. Okay, say you have a solution of, I'm trying to draw a beaker, a solution of brown bromine or bromide, right? And then in this solution you add an unknown solution. So you had your test tube there maybe, and then you're gonna add an unknown solution, so you drop it in here. So we don't know whether this thing is saturated or unsaturated, so you add it. So unknown solution, so it can either be saturated or unsaturated. So remember, saturated means that we only have C single bonds, carbon to carbon single bonds. Unsaturated, on the other hand, we can either have double bonds between those carbon atoms or triple bonds. So that's how you differentiate between the two. So you add it. So when this happens, so let's say after you add it, you realize that this brown color vanishes almost immediately. So when this brown color, when this brown color, so remember this color of this solution, of the bromide solution, brown color, it vanishes immediately. You're gonna know that immediately. You're gonna know that your solution is actually an unsaturated, this solution, it was an unsaturated solution. So meaning that it was either an alkene or an alkyne, right? But now if the opposite occurs and it does not, so the brown color does not discolor immediately, so it doesn't disappear immediately, it does not discolor immediately, you're gonna know that this was actually a saturated solution, this unknown solution over there. And we know those can it can only be an alkane. So this is something that is important for you to know. So you need to know how to distinguish between saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons using bromine water. Like I said, sometimes you can also use potassium permanganate, which is purple in color, but at this level you only need to know when using your bromine water, right? Cool. So this is not gonna be long. The one thing that I wanted to say, I've forgotten. Oh, the one thing that I wanted to say was that in terms of organic chemistry, we have done a lot. This is our 11th lesson. So, and you need all of that knowledge so that you can be able to effectively answer the questions that may essentially appear. So remember, in your paper, organic chemistry carries about 58 marks out of a possible 150. So it's very important for you to understand this section. And yeah, wasn't planned to be a long lesson. In the next few lessons, we're going to be discussing quantitative aspects of chemical change. So that is bound to be quite interesting.